Right, okay, so again, I've got a signal here, and I'm going to show you. I'm on all terrain general, and I've got the sensitivity on 24, got my horseshoe on, fully open, right? And I'm going to show you, I've got this area I've done here, this one is part of the 2 acre field I've been doing, oh God, 8 years now. I've been in here loads of times. I train loads of people in here, etc., do all sorts of stuff. I've hammered it to bits, and I mean hammered it to bits. But when you get your head down and you do it properly, hot with great settings. I've got my freestyle settings in here. Hot and right recovery speed, etc., and slow and low technique, scraping the surface, you're going to get a lot more. Right, so basically, 24 sensitivity there. I'm going to show you a few more things. I hope you can hear it because I've got my microphone underneath and I've got my microphone on my booby. Woo! Right, so there had to be a plane going over as I started, which is normal, I suppose, near the airport. So this is 24, but it's a high signal, right? So I'm detecting away, nice and steady, nice and slow, scraping the surface, slow and low. Lots of ground noise, as you can see. So, which one would you stop at? There's one there. Now, you'd think that that was iron, wouldn't you? Because when you go over it, I've got the signal now. I'm going to go nice and steady over it, nice and slow. It's all bitty. I'll push in, get it, no, there. All bitty, right? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to hover a bit and go, nothing there, all quiet, all shit. I mean rubbish, sorry, pardon my French. Right? All you're going to get is ground noise, really. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into recovery speed and I'm going to put it up to 6. Right? So 6 recovery speed. It's nasty ground, this, by the way. Right? Nothing at all. It's even worse than it were now. You're getting an odd splat, but that's about it. I'll put it up to 8 recovery speed. That's just it's just a wobbly bit now. Yeah? Right, and I'll show you something else after this as well on the same signal. Right. I'm going to go back down to 4 recovery speed. Right? Just to show you I'm right. Recovery speed 4. Yeah? And I'm going to put the sensitivity, I hope you can see it, up to 35. Yeah? Now I'm going to go over the same signal. Right? That's the same signal. So I'm detecting along. And out it jumps. Boom in. And there you have it. Okay? If I go fast, I'm just going to get ground noise. I'm working, I've had hammered in this bit, and I've had a gold third guinea there, third quarter guinea. Sorry, third quarter guinea. What sort of language is that? I've had a third guinea just there. Right, and I've had loads of artifacts and loads of coins and all sorts of stuff. Georgian, Victorian, all that kind of stuff. Right? So, right, there we go. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you Now this is really fine detecting. You've got to, it's really fine. When you're going nice and steady, I was detecting like this. Stopping at the, there you go, right? So basically, it's going two ways that. So I'm going to put it up to speed 8, right? You'll instantly notice that the detector gets noisier. Nasty iron in here, like I said, a mineralization. And I'll go over the signal. It's all, listen to that, it's all a mess. So detecting along, you won't get nothing. Right, now I'm going to go down to 6, recovery speed 6. And I'm going to do it again. Might come through a bit better now. It come through, but still, it's nothing. Nothing you'd dig. I'm going to go to 4. When you change something like a recovery speed and you're filming or you're changing sensitivity, etc., make sure that you leave it a couple of seconds before going over the signal again. Yeah? Because it takes a second or two to recover. You know, second, 2 seconds. Because if you go over it straight after adjusting something, you won't get no noise because it's still recovering from the last setting it was on. Alright? So there we go. That's on 4. I'll put it on 2. Listen to that now. Recovery speed 2. Yeah, nice. So, I'll go back to 4. Or 3. Right, 4. So I'm going to show you something else now. Alright? I'm going to go back over that target. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to stability. Put my stabilizer. I've got my stabilizer on 1. I always have it on 1. And I'm going to turn. I always have my filter on. I'm going to turn the filter off. Stabilizer 1, filter off. Right? I'm going to show you. This is how much of a difference the filter makes for your signals. I mean, this is really dodgy stuff here. So now I've got my filter off. There's more ground noise coming through, etc. The machine's got noisier. I'm on stabilizer 1, but I don't want to go to stabilizer 2, 3 or 4 because that's when you do start losing performance. Tiny bit of depth, tiny bit of separation in between iron. When you go over 3, that's when you start losing performance heavily. Go to 5, depth goes down, loads down, and separation in iron. Once you start going over 5, that's it. You're goosed. You're only gonna get them really obvious stuff. You really do lose performance on those levels, right? So that's with the filter off, right? Right now I'm going to put the filter on. It's awful when I've got to keep coming to camera to prove what I'm doing, because people never believe you. I know a lot of people do, but loads of people don't. Right, so there you go. Filter on. Instantly, the machine will settle down. Right? Walk too far. Instantly, the machine will settle down. There you go. That's the difference having your filter on makes. This is another level signal, yeah? And it does sound different because I've got my microphone next to my speaker. It's going to be more obvious than having your headphones on or listening to your signal from with no headphones. So, right, there you go. Right, so, yeah, so let me show you again. We're detecting. Nice and steady, nice and slow. We'll get the signal. There you go. So now, pinpoint. All I'm showing you is all the differences all these little settings make. All these tiny adjustments. I've got adjustments in my uh, tone, my detector tones. I've got them my detector tones so that certain things stand out more than others. Low, low, medium, 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 high, high. You know, it's how I want it. But the difficult signals I'm just making obvious on the blockages. All the blockage I had on me thingy, I set that to a good Roman site. Just bringing the iron in and then taking it out slightly. Each different type of tone iron, just take it out slightly so it's coming in. It's just coming in, but just going out. It's just on edge of disappearing. Yeah. Right. So there you go. Ooh. So I know this one's quite deep. Because I can tell now, listen, that's because I've took the top part off. Listen how clear that is now, right? So now, if I go back to recovery speed, it should come through now on 6. Yep, and it should come through on 8. But on 8, as you'll see, it's not as good. 6 isn't as good, even though we've got an obvious signal now. But when you start putting it down on recovery speed 4, it's more pronounced, nice and sweet. Recovery speed 2, listen to that. That sounds bigger. But I never use 1. When you go down to 1, for some reason it's not as good as 2 or 4. But I suppose it depends where we search, not where we're searching. But that 1 really does. I would actually use 1 on a certain field where I get sacks and stikers, and I've got to go at a speed like that. This is the slowest speed I search it on certain sites. Could you do this all day? Overlapping in a section? That's it, that's my top speed on these certain fields. Just in certain patches, yeah? I'll put it back up to 4. I love this soil on this bit of field, it's really fluffy and nice. It's lovely and nice. Ow! Twat! Ow! I hate doing that. Told you it was deep, didn't I? Watch it be another bloody horse buckle. Nope. Bloody hell. Oh, ow! Twat! Sorry, language. Right, so, right. That's how deep it was. Yeah? So that's where my foot is on my spade. Right, if I take the spade out, this is the ground. From there to there, that's the depth. That's quite deep, especially in this ground here. And I can see, right, hang on. If I get the camera now, then we'll go down to see the coin. Just a minute. Right, there's the coin. Or it might be a big button, I don't know. But let's see. Get it in the sun. Ah, it's not a button, it's a coin. Right. It is. It's got to be Georgian at that depth. It has to be, or Georgian or Charlie. A Charlie Copper. Or William. If I could get some sun. Oh, that's better. I can get some sun on it. Yeah, there we go. I can see. I found his head. I found his head. There we go. Ah, it's George. There's a silhouette. Look. Ta-da! Love it. Look at that. Would you look at that? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. There you go. I mean, it's not fantastic, but still nice. Still a great dig. And it shows a point. Bust a few myths for you. So I'm not yet. Well, don't tell me it's starting to rain. Oh, I don't believe it. Anyway, right. That's it. So I'll see if I can get any more signals. I'm not staying out long. I've only come out for an hour or two. But that signal, I thought, I'm gonna film that, and any other really dodgy ones I get, just to show you. Right. So there you go. I hope that helps. Have a go at fail, see what you can do. But you've got to detect slow, low, and on high sends, etc. Because to get the really dodgy signals that you all walk across, it's an all different kettle of fish. People say, oh, it's got to be under your coil. No, it ain't. It can be under your coil, but you'll still miss it because it's either too shallow or too deep. When I say too shallow, sometimes shallow is deep, depending what it's mixed with in the soil. You can have say hammered at half an inch deep, but because of the way it's laying and what it's next to, mineralization, bit of iron next to it there, and a long bit of iron going horizontally, then it's going to be an harder target, and you'll miss it no matter you even if you were overlapping and going too fast, you'd miss it. You've got to go slow to get these signals. Deep, shallow can be deep. Always remember that. I don't have to rattle on, don't I? Anyway, cheers. See if I get any more signals. If I get another thingy signal, I'll film that one. Well, maybe not because it's raining now. So yeah, I'm back again. Quite impressed with that. There you go. Right, I'm off again. Bye.